Hi fantasy managers and welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video I'm going to go through my watch list for game week 24. I'm going to take a look at some of those players that I'm interested in bringing into my side ahead of the double game week in game week 25. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, please give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and in the meantime, let's get on with it. So this is how my side sets up for game week 24. I'll talk about how I got on in game week 23, more in a team selection video. Good news, I've got a green arrow and I'm inside the sort of top 150k, so that's great and I'm pleased with that. And the side looks okay in terms of game week 24, but I am missing some crucial double game week players. At the moment, I've literally got Salah, don't know if he's going to be fit, and Haaland as my only two that are going to double, so I absolutely I'm targeting those double game week players from Liverpool and Man City in particular over the next couple of weeks. I haven't taken off the table the possibility that I will free hit in 25, although I am favouring now. Initially I was going to do that, and now I'm kind of coming around to the fact that actually I might just use hits to get in and out, because the problem is game week 26, as we know. 25's got great doubles for Liverpool, for Man City, but then Liverpool blank in 26. So it's trying to get through that with the Tottenham and Chelsea players also. That's going to be the big issue. 29 could be another big blank game week. Waiting on Villa and Chelsea and who goes through for that. From my own sort of selfish point of view, I think I would prefer Villa to go through. That means Chelsea will play their fixture, which is Palmer comes through. And I can carry him through, but because at the moment Cash just not playing, and I think Watkins will have to come out to accommodate another player anyway. So this is the way the side sets up. I've got two transfers. I do have 1.1 million in the bank. I've got Salah on the bench as well, so there's plenty of money to move around. Really, I'm thinking of a defender as well, because my Cash, maybe if Konsa's out, will get his place back in that defence. Can't see them. There's a possibility to get a clean sheet against Man United. Attacking returns possibly as well. Estupinian, not sure whether he's going to gain his place back. So I've got Taylor injured. So defensively, I'm struggling a little bit. So making a defensive transfer has got to be up there. But targeting those double game week players are just all and end all for me at the moment. Darwin Núñez is definitely one on my radar. I've got to, I feel, bring him in. He just looks fantastic in terms of his underlying stats. I think the fact that he wasn't rested, but there was a slight doubt or injury concern with him over the weekend. It wasn't a fixture I wanted to bring him in anyway. That, if anything, kind of plays into my hands. I actually think I prefer him now because you've had that rest. But Burnley at home, if I'm going to do two Liverpool players, I think it might as well be this week. Now, if I do bring those two Liverpool players in, I'm taking free hit out of the equation because I'm clearly just going to bring them in. But they would have to take hits, I think, to take them out and field 10 or 11 players, however many hits I think I've got to take at the time, and just who will play. So Brentford away, Luton at home, great fixtures. As we know, they probably won't play in game week 29 as well, but Núñez just got to be up front. Who he comes in for is a problem. I think it would have to be Ollie Watkins, which will just release more money for me, but he has to come in. Defensively, I could go Trent, I could go Robinson, although he hasn't played a full game yet, so there is concerns of that. For me, I just don't know whether Trent will play all the games. The word was that he just didn't play. He came off after 57 minutes in the last game. You'd hope he'd build up enough fitness in Burnley to play. And if he does, if I thought he's going to play all three, Burnley, Brentford, Luton, I definitely think I would want him. But I'm not sure that midweek game against Luton, so close to the EFL Cup final, whether he would be risked, given that we know that they've got a capable fullback now as well in coming in. So I just don't think I can go there. Virgil, I know he's going to play 90 minutes. I just know that he's nearly 2 million, over 2 million cheaper. I just think he's got a bit of a goal threat. I'm not expecting too much. Clean sheets at home to Luton and Burnley, I just think they're there. I really like him. I just think he has to be the one that I'm going to go for. And the other third Liverpool player I'll go for, I don't think there's anyone else I'd consider. It's got to be Jota. His underlying stats look really good. The only one that could really throw a spanner in the works that I own at the moment is Salah. Now, Salah, I think if he plays and gets minutes against Burnley, then I would have a problem whether to keep him or not for Brentford Luton. If I get any word from Klopp, and I am waiting for it before the press conference, I've no doubt if he's going to be available or not, he'll get asked the question. If he does play minutes against Burnley, then I've got to consider holding him. If he doesn't play any minutes against Burnley, I just don't think he's comes out, Jota comes in. It's as straightforward as that. I think I would almost prefer not to have the headache of knowing that he could be available for Brentford Luton, because if he gets minutes against Burnley, does he then go and start 2 games right ahead of an EFL Cup final, being such an important player? I just don't know. I feel like possibly not. But there's a lot of money invested in him as well, so I almost hope that he is ruled out for selfish FPL reasons for Burnley, so then I can just go knowing that Jota will come in. But those 3 players are the Liverpool players I'm looking at. Not really considering anyone else outside of that, if I'm honest. Absolutely not. Jota, Darwin, and who would I say? Van Dijk. Those are the 3 that I want to bring in for that double. For Manchester City, KDB, he is expensive. He's going up in price, but wow, he just looks so good. The only thing I don't like, if I'm being really negative, the fixtures, love. Just not sure about his goal threat, that's all. It's a lot of assist threat. He does eat up the bonus points. 10.8 is an easy switch for me to get from Salah to De Bruyne. That's pretty straightforward. So I've got the money there. And I just don't know if he's going to play all 3 games again. That's the problem in the double. But I think that's the same with all Man City players. Defensively, Walker came back in after being sort of rested, I'm going to say, for the previous game. And that looks good news to me. I just think he comes straight back and he's had that rest, if anything, if you want to call it that. And he just played every minute of every game up until then. So he just comes in, 5.5. He is a little bit more expensive, but I just guarantee he's going to get the minutes, as guaranteed as it possibly can. And the other one I think I would possibly go for is Phil Foden. I'm not sure. This is obviously on top of Haaland. Not sure I would go anywhere else. Obviously, he got the hat-trick. I don't think that makes any difference to the decision-making process. He would just be in there anyway, just for minutes. And he has such a goal threat as well. So Foden for me, De Bruyne and Walker, I'm tending to go Foden because he's got more goal threat as we've seen, and Walker alongside Haaland. Those would be my 3, and I would like the 3 Liverpool players as well that we talked about. The only one outside all of these that's got a double game week would be Ivan Toney. But I don't see how I'm going to fit him in. If I was free hitting, he would definitely come in. I'd have to take Solanke out. And the good thing about Tony is he's got that double game week. It's not a nice double game week. He's got fixtures, though, in 26 he plays. And he definitely plays in 29. So he would just be a set and forget. It would just be a hold for the rest of the season. This is a way the team would set up for 25 as I currently have. I'm definitely not making any transfers until I know that Salah, what's happening with him, because that will affect everything else. In fact, it will affect my budget that I can afford and how many Liverpool players I can get in. If he is fit and available, kind of saves me a transfer, but then I've got to be careful with the money that I'm now spending. Don't think I could get to a De Bruyne, but Darwin would have to come in, possibly I think for Watkins, because I just don't think Solanke I want to get rid of, given that he's playing in 26 and he's got a potential double in game week 28 as well, that Luton rearranged game. That would be my son 25. It looks okay, but there's going to be lots of changes to Pinion, probably for Walker. Porro would potentially come out as well, and he would come out possibly for Van Dijk. And then 26, this is the issue I have. I've got Palmer, Porro, Richarlison not playing, Salah, and plus any Liverpool players I've got. So if I have 3 Liverpool players, that's going to be 2 more on top of what I've got. Porro possibly could come out, and that leaves me with just Palmer and Richarlison, who both I don't want to get rid of, and 3 Liverpool players. That gives me 5. So I've got 2 players not playing. I'll have 1 transfer. That gives me 10. But that's assuming that everyone else plays. And as I can see there, I'm kind of relying on Taylor being fit. It's Stepinian and Cash probably will have had to come out, or maybe not. I'll still be holding Porro. But I really want one of those players to have won their place back, possibly Cash. If Ariella doesn't play, De Bradford comes in because we're waiting for an update on him. But that's how it's set up for 26. I'm just going to worry a little bit further down the line about game week 29. But those are my thoughts for this upcoming game week transfers. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know in the comments below who you were thinking of bringing in for game week 24 and what plans do you have for 25, 26 and chip strategy as well. We'll come back at you with a team selection before the deadline, so take care, good luck, and I shall speak to you soon.